What is going on, guys? It is BZRKturbo and welcome back to another cannoning tutorial, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build this cannon that I have behind me, which is my version of a Lien 40 stacker. And basically the only thing that I've changed very much from a normal Lien 40 stacker is I used dispenser or TNT realignment instead of piston like most of them do. Some of them use it this way. I like the TNT better, and TNT sometimes doesn't work on some servers though, so you might need to change that to piston. But TNT works on this server, so I just left it like that. And I added one or two more rows of power on each side just to make it shoot a little bit further, a little bit more accurately. And then I added a reverse piston to it, so you can just swap easy from reverse to normal using this lever. And then I added the timings for the piston that pushes the hammer into the barrel separately from the sand, so that it will be a little bit more accurate when it tries to reverse. And just some of the things like that is what I've done to it. I really don't think there's anything else I've done to it. Oh, I did wire this a little bit differently. Some people do it like this, but some people run the redstone all the way around here and back up and make it quick pulse right there. But I just did it like this because it's a lot more compact. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all I changed. So now let's get into how to build this. Okay guys, to build this cannon you're going to need a good bit of material that I can't really put all in my hotbar, but we're just going to start off by doing the barrel. And you don't have to use glass right here, it just looks cool to be able to see through it, I don't know. But you're going to want to find where you're going to want it to shoot from, just like the other cannon that I did in the tutorial before this. Just like this, and you're going to make it, I don't know exactly how long to make it, but stack it 4 high as well, just like this. Whoops, oh my goodness, can't even place today. And do the same on the other side, just like so. And this might have to be shorter, longer, cut stuff out of it, I don't really know yet, we'll see. And then you can put the roof over the top of it, like this. And then just like this cannon right here, you can add this on there if you want, which just swaps it back and forth. And so I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. And let me actually grab a sticky piston. And it's going to be right there, I'm pretty sure. Nope, one more. Alright, so it's going to be right there. You can put a lever on that block. Okay, so then for the hammer, you're going to want to open these 3 blocks right here. Open up this place and put a piece of quartz right there. And then put a piece of quartz right there. And you're going to want to put a piston on each of these. So let me get a piston out. Piston. Place one right there. And one right there. And then on top of this, you can add blocks. Just like that. And then you're going to want to go along the barrel again. And you're going to want to leave one column right here, but then break out a place for the sand to go. And then on this top part right here, you can put 2 pistons, not like that, like this, so that it faces where into this like little sand place right here. Put 4 pistons right just like that, and then right here build up to the top right here. You can keep going past it just a little bit. Or actually, scatter goes right there. And you can put your scatter just like that. And then you can build up this side. You don't really need this here. So you can then continue this barrel to right here. Just like that. So it should look about like this. Hopefully that's what it looks like on your world if you're building it while watching it. And then you can add your dispensers right here and right here. So you're going to want to go 5 total, just like this, and 5 over here. And this is going to be a total of 6 tall, so if you're using World Edit you can just do / stack 5 up, which stacks 5 more on top of what's already there, just like that. and then you can outline these with quartz, just like that. Do that on both sides, like so. And then you can fill in this part right here with glass. I'm going to use the same color glass right here. You can use any glass. It can be blocks, but I just like to use glass, just because glass is awesome, you know. Alright, and this one I think actually, yeah, it uses ladders right here instead of glass, so you can do that if you want. You can just do it like this and put a ladder in between here. Down this side you can put ladders if you want to, or however you, I mean, it's really flexible about how you do this. Put 3 dispensers just like that, blocks right there on each side, just like this one is. And actually this one's not how that one is. It wouldn't really affect it, but 2 blocks right there, pistons right there, and then another block right here that you can put redstone on. And then to wire up this part, you're going to want blocks 1 away from it on the 2nd row from the bottom, the 4th row from the bottom, and the 6th row from the bottom. So just like this. They need to be 1 block above each other, just like that. And then to connect these, you're going to want to put 2 blocks like this, and then you're going to need glowstone to connect it. I told you why in the video before, because you cannot climb up blocks as, I guess, as freely, you could say. You can do it in a much smaller space if you use glowstone like this, because redstone can climb up glowstone when it's side to side like this. And then you're going to want to copy that to the other side, so the exact same thing. Right there. Go off 1 here. Then you're going to want to go all 5 across, go up to the next row, and then go up to the next row, like that. And then put your glowstone there. Go out 1, back 1 and up, then connect it just like that. So it should be looking like this right now. Get you a good look at it. And then off of this block right here, the 2nd row, you're going to put 1 block right here until you reach the edge, like where this piston would come out, until there. And then you can put your facing up piston right here. You can use a regular piston and put sand on it, or you can use a sticky piston and put a block on it. And then you can just add your redstone all the way to there. And I'll show you how to do the redstone after we've done all of this part. And let me look at it, make sure. I think I've got everything so far. You can put 2 blocks right there for the redstone to climb. And yeah, that looks pretty good. Blocks right here. And blocks right here. Like that. I think that's how this one is. It doesn't really matter too much, but yeah. And then you can put your dispensers for your hammer. It really doesn't matter how much you put, as long as there's enough. You can't really put too much unless the redstone won't reach all the way up there. But I would suggest using //stack on this one. And I would stack it up probably, I do 12, so I'm going to //stack 11 up, and that makes it 12 total, just like that. And then off of this, you can put blocks around it. You actually want it on the 2nd one, just like this. And then you're going to want to put redstone on top of that. And then you can use the //stack command to stack this up. So to stack this part, you're going to want to select the block right here, and then the redstone on top of it, like that. //stack 5 up. Hopefully that's correct. Yeah, you want to //stack 5 up, and then you can break those dispensers right there. Or you can leave them if you want it. It doesn't really matter too much. And then you can block the top of this off, just like that. And you can put torches on the side right here. I'll go ahead and do that. Put torches on these blocks. Make sure you don't put TNT in them first so it doesn't blow up your cannon. Just like that on each side. And this torch will power this dispenser and this dispenser, and this torch will power that dispenser and that dispenser. All the way up and all the way down. And then you can put torches on the ends of these. That should power all of the dispensers behind me. Just like so. Put it on this side. So it should be like that. And then you can put redstone along the top of each of the glowstone right here and across the blocks that the redstone torches are on. Just like that. And you can connect it to right here and then do it like this. And your repeaters will go there, but I don't have a repeater right now, so we'll do that later. Connect your redstone up like this. So it should go from this block down and then over across all of these pre-charge dispensers right there. It should look like that. And then you can get to the main wiring of the cannon. Well, I think this one is actually done. Yeah, you can do it this way if you want. Come off of right here. Which doesn't really make a difference. It's just so that you have enough room to do these repeaters right there. So you can come off of right here. And you only need to come off one right here, but I like to go two just for the extra space. Let me get a repeater out. Repeater. Alright. And I suggest putting 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7. And you can add one right here if you want, or even add another one up here. But normally 7 is the most you're going to need to raid pretty much any base. Like, if you go too high, it's just going to blow up. So I would suggest not doing that. You can connect this to those. Make sure you put a repeater there, because I don't think it powers both of the dispensers if there's not a repeater there, so do it like that. And then the ticks of these, I don't really know what you're going to need, because it's according to how far away you are, how far you want it to slab bust down, and things like that. But normally 4 full is pretty good for most things. You can really add however much you want. You're just going to have to learn to tell how much you need to put on those. And then for your sand, you're going to want to go 3 out like this, curve, and then go 9, 6, 9, like this. And then connect this to these. And make sure you have a repeater right here, and put all of these repeaters completely full. Just like so. That kind of glitched. Alright. Put a redstone right there. Just like that. And then off of here you're going to want to put 2. A redstone. And then 8. Just like that. And all of these are going to be full, except for that last one that I skipped. Right here, this one's going to be at 3 ticks, just like that. Then you can come out with your redstone like this, just like this one is. You can go either way. This one, the one over there is going this direction. And then you can put your repeaters here. Put that on 1 tick, or we'll do this side. And that makes a quick pulse right there for your hammer. And then wire your hammer just like that. Don't put a repeater there. You don't need a repeater. And then do it like that on the bottom one as well. And let's get a lever to put on the back of this. Put a lever right there so you can swap it from reverse and not reverse. And let's see what else we're missing. That's pretty much it. Put a piston facing up right beside this and break this block. And you can put blocks right here if you want to, or glass. I like to use glass, just so you can see in there, just in case you forgot the water. You need to be able to see that you forgot the water. Now you can get ladders and put one ladder right there, so that the TNT doesn't, like, the water doesn't flow out and make the TNT flow out and things like that. It just keeps it all in that one block. And then you're going to get slabs, like this slab right here, and you're going to want to break the blocks in front of the sand right here and put it on like one lower, so it needs to be a half slab lower right here, and then a half slab higher below the scatter, just like that. And then you're going to want to put blocks above the scatter right here, and right here. That is your guider, is what most people call it, and you can put one right there. Doesn't really matter too much. You don't want to have it above the hammer though, and the reason for that is the hammer is going to be, when this is closed and it's made to be pushing everything downward, this is going to be pushed off at this height and go at this height, and everything else is going to be pushed off at this height. So this one will blow everything else downward, and if these were up here, they'd be at the same height, then it won't push anything down and wouldn't slab bust or anything like that. So that's why you have to have those there. If you're reversing, it's a little bit different. I'll show you how to do that when we get to that point. But yeah, this cannon is basically done. We just have to add the repeater right here and right there, and that just makes this get rid of the cobwebs to drop the sand in, so you don't have to manually break it like the other cannon. And you can put a repeater right there if you want. I don't think it's needed, but I'm going to put it there just in case. Put repeaters on these, and we have to wire this side with redstone like this. And to connect this dispenser right here, put a block down like this, put redstone over to the side. If it gets in the way of that one, you can just put it over there, and put a repeater going into it like that. Now, I think that's pretty much good for that part. You can now connect the hammer. To do that, put one block on the edge of each of these, just like this, and put a repeater on each one, like that, and then put glowstone. Let's get a piece of glowstone on the edge of each of these, and then stagger the glowstone so that it connects just like this all the way up. And then from this block, you're going to want to go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and connect the blocks like this. Put redstone on these, put a repeater right here and right here. Fill up all of the glowstone with redstone on top so that it connects to all of them. Put this repeater on 3 ticks and this on 1 tick, and you're going to need to change this according to how far you are. The further away, the more ticks. And this works good for most raids, how far away you're going to be. Some require a lot more, and you might even have to add a repeater right here if you need more ticks. Or take away one if you, but that's like super close. You probably won't have a raid that's that close. So yeah, this is pretty much done, I'm pretty sure. You can put a piston on the edge of all of these, and a block on the edge of this, to test to make sure all of them get powered. Because if it's working correctly, they should all get powered. So I'm going to get a button, put it on there, and as you can see, it did power all of these, so you know it's working like it's supposed to. And the sand sounded like it was working good. And this is basically your finished product. I'm going to fill /fill, and we're going to see if this works. We will also do the reverse with it as well. So let's build a wall. About this high. Get some water. Water prod it. Get a slab. Just like this. We're going to put a slab down under here so that it actually stacks a good amount. I cannot see anything down here. Okay, that's bedrock. Alright. Just like that, have a slab at the bottom. And let's try to shoot this. I'll show you how to water it. You can just put one right where the pre-charge pistons are, and then at the top of the charge pistons put a water each of those, and that's all the water that you need in the cannon. Or actually right there, that's all the water you need in the cannon. It shouldn't blow up if you have that water there, but I would suggest putting it here and in the top of the hammer up here, just to make sure that it doesn't blow up your cannon. And if you really want to, I guess you could put it all throughout here, just to make sure, because you don't want it to blow up. But do not put it on either of these two blocks, because that will make it flow into here and mess up the sand. So that you can, yeah, whatever, we'll just leave it like that. So I'm gonna slab bust first of all. So to slab bust, you're gonna want this turned on, which is your scatter, and like this right here shows you. So to slab bust right here, to slab bust, you do not stack sand. Make sure the hammer's on, make sure the scatter's on, make sure the hammer has two repeaters, with one with 1 tick and one with 3 ticks, but that's according to how far away you are. And make sure the hammer is on normal, not reverse. So we're going to make sure this is on normal, which it is. We're going to make sure the hammer is connected. Yep, it's good. Make sure the slab bust is on, or the scatter. You don't have to have this on. The comparator doesn't need to be on. And yep, we have a good amount of ticks. So we can try to shoot it and see if it will slab bust. Alright, since we're so close, we do need to take off a couple ticks here. So I'll just probably leave it like that since we're so close to the wall right now. And then we're going to look down here and see if it slab busted, if I could get down the hole. And yes, it did slab bust. It actually made a little pocket down here. And then we're going to see if we can stack. It's not quite 40 above the ground, but it will stack 40 if you want it to. So let's get sand and cobwebs from our creative inventory. And to load this with sand, put cobwebs in the bottom two places right there and on these two pistons right there. And then stack the sand a total of 20 up on each side. If you have world edit, you can do you can select both sands and do / stack 19 up, and we'll stack it the perfect height. I would suggest putting cobwebs up here so that you can know where to stack to if it's a survival world. And yeah, this should stack perfectly. So just turn your slab bust or your hybrid off, or whatever you want to call it. See, where's the stacking sign? Okay, to stack, do the same as the slab bust, but take off scatter and add sand. So that's what we did. We added sand, we took off scatter. So we're going to shoot and see if this will stack. And yes, it did. It should stack. Like I explained in the last video, you should be able to fly to the top of your barrel, see your coordinates. This is 22, and then stand on here and it be 22. So it did it perfectly, and it can't overstack on the first shot. So and it really can't overstack at all. If you just added sand and shot again without the scatter on, it would just break the wall, but most of the time it won't break it correctly if you do it like that. So I would suggest turning the scatter on. And you can have this on just in case. You shouldn't need it, but a lot of servers require it to do that, to break through without it clipping. So we're going to shoot again. And as you can see, it broke through the wall. And it won't clip, it goes under it. Perfectly fine. And you can just keep going the same exact way through as many walls. It actually blows a pretty big hole through it. But yeah, you can replace these parts with glass, most of it at least. But now I'm going to show you how to reverse. So let's get a trapdoor from this one. So to reverse, you're going to want to flip this lever to turn it off, or to turn it on to reverse. And then go into the barrel, and you can stand where the hammer is, and not the block directly in front of the hammer, which is this one that I'm looking at, but the one above that, you're going to want to put it on the bottom of that block. Put a trapdoor on the bottom just like that. And I'm going to fly out here. Go back into the barrel. And then you're going to want to break all of the guider blocks. Just like that. So now all of these parts right here are going to get hit to the top and go above, and the hammer is going to get caught under this and go beneath. And if you think you need it, you can add trapdoors like this throughout. I suggest no more than 3. 1 normally works on most servers. And we'll put this back up here. Just like this. Build a little thing so that we can hit. And also, the further away you are from this, the more ticks you're going to want to put on most things. But don't change the sand ticks and things like that. Once we get a platform, go in here. We'll stack it up. So let's put a block right there. Select that. Select this. Now we have 5 walls to blow through. And let's put water back on this. Now, it should hit the wall and blow everything upward, but what you do want to do to your scatter is turn the ticks down a good bit. So maybe like to that amount, especially since we're so close. It really doesn't need much at all. So once you have everything else, you want everything connected to reverse. I don't know if I have a sign for reversing. Yeah, I don't have a sign to reverse, or a sign to reverse. So you're just going to want to put your ticks a lot less, and you can kind of experiment on what you really need for it. Keep everything else the same, turn everything on. You don't need to stack sand, and just shoot. And if I did everything correctly, whoops, oh gosh, that lagged. And yeah, it actually went through 4 walls in one shot, which is pretty awesome. But let's get... It actually blew through 5 if you count that as going through the 5th one. Alright. Let's try that one more time. See how many we can go through this time. If you do get the timings right, you can go through a lot of walls. Unless they're obsidian, and it might take you more shots. Oh, I am getting called on Skype. I'll see you guys in just a second. Okay, sorry about that. Now we're gonna shoot and see if this will go through these walls. I think it went through 2 last time, or maybe 3, and yeah, that went through those 3. So it's really efficient in reversing, and you don't need these pistons here. But yeah, it works very well. If I raid anyone, I normally use either this cannon right here, the cannon you saw in the last video, which I don't use too much because most people have a better base than what that cannon's worthy of. But I normally use this cannon on most bases, unless it's like a super OP base, and then you'll have to use a 230 or something like that to get in. Especially if they're online all the time, you need something that can go really quickly through it. But this cannon will raid pretty much any base. You just have to take a while to do it on most bases. But yeah, that's basically all for this video. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And don't forget to comment down below the video or the cannons you want to see me build in the next video, or the videos to come. We'll probably be doing 100 stackers soon, or something like that. I don't know. We will see. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.